Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is quite nice out here in Auditorium Shores in Austin, Texas. I was looking back through some of my old videos and I realized oh, there's dogs are nice and clean. I came in around and used bathroom, so I'm not going to talk about that. And I thought oh, well, there's so many wonderful people out here, but I don't go into the bathroom around me either. So there's just things around today. But I hope you're all well. Let's go ahead and start off in a child's pose for our practice today. Knees nice and wide, about mat length distance wide. Your bum is on your heels, and then just reach both of your arms out straight, forehead coming down to your mat. And if you'd like to come into your practice today with a little movement, I'm going to invite some swaying, maybe left and right on your forehead, maybe moving your hips around just a little bit. You know, don't just stay in that same kind of fixed position if you don't feel like it today. Kind of take some gentle rocks and movements, wiggles. Always good to wiggle. And then if you also feel like it, you can find some stillness whenever you please as well. Just using that movement to kind of get the tension out, get the apprehension, anything that might be holding you back. Just kind of wiggle it around, and then maybe if you feel like it, settling in for a few deep breaths here to arrive on our mats for today's practice. Letting all of the other things that happened before this moment today slip on by, and then anything that might have to be done afterwards, well, that's for afterwards. That's not for right now. For right now, we're here on our mats together, enjoying this space, enjoying our breaths together. Fully understanding that if thoughts come to mind, it's great to greet them with kindness, acceptance, and then just move them along if they're not serving your practice, focusing on your breath. And take 3 more here. Big expansion through the belly, up through the lungs, and all the way up to your throat. And then bringing your belly button to your spine, cinching in around your waist as you exhale. Kind of pushing with your abs there. Couple more, just like that. Filling all the way up. On your next inhale, pushing up to all fours, tabletop. And once again, inviting any of that movement that you might want. Not just keeping still. So you can rock your hips left to right. You can even take some swings all the way around, bringing your butt over your heels and then all the way around, shoulders over your hands. Take a few of those. Maybe you just wag back and forth. I'm in the park, so I can do anything I want. Well, I guess that's not true. Whatever. And then if you're taking circles one direction, maybe going around the other way. And then if you find any tense spots here, maybe just focusing a breath or two or a wiggle or two into that space. I'm sort of tight in my hips today, feeling it right here, so trying to kind of poke my hip out to the side and really get in to those outer IT bands. Eventually, find some stillness. Wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Left foot is going to come out behind you, toes pointing down. Right hand is going to come straight out in front of you. Big inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, crunch it in, knee to elbow. Belly button to spine. Inhale it back out. Exhale, bring it back in. 3 more of these at your own pace here. One more. Hold this crunch for 3, 2, 1. Gently relaxing down, wiggling it out one more time. Taking whatever fluid movements feel good to you. And once again, finding some stillness. This time, right foot comes back, toe turning down, right at the earth. Left arm comes straight out. Inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, bring it out. Exhale, crunch it in. And 3 more on your own. Trying to fill up fully on the inhale and equally long and unfilling exhales. 2 more. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. And set it all back down, wiggling it out. Once again, bringing some circular movements to your hips. I don't know why my hips are feeling it today. It's nice. It's nice to be able to figure out what's bothering you and then figure out something to do about it. So finding some stillness here, plant your hands, tuck your toes, push up and back to a downward facing dog. Once again, inviting those. Maybe you're stepping into one foot and then the other, lowering one knee then the other. Just whatever feels good. You can play around with how far apart you have your feet. You can kind of just walk them around. Whatever feels good. Maybe they're mat's length distance apart and you bring them in and back out some. Just walking around. Settling in with your feet about hips width apart, and on an inhale, right foot comes up and back, toes pointing at the ground. Exhale, slowly bring that foot all the way in between your hands, drop your left knee, untuck your left toes. Inhale your right arm back to the back of your mat. We're going to take a few arm swings here. So on an inhale, sweep your arm down and all the way up. And then exhale it down. Inhale up. And exhale down. 3 more of these on your own breath. One more. On your exhale, hold it right here. If it's accessible, you can bring that left foot up. You don't have to grab it if this is as far as you can go, or even if you're just staying right here, but maybe you can grab the outer edge of that foot for a nice calf stretch on the left side. It'll be about 5 breaths here. Paying attention to the sensation in your body here, accepting yourself for as you are, the good and the bad, just trying to build the good. One more big breath in. Exhale, gently relax that left foot, plant your left toes and your right hand, step back to a plank. Big inhale. And exhale, lowering all the way down, coming onto your forehead. Hands are right underneath your shoulders, toes are untucked, gently pushing up to a cobra. Elbows come towards each other. Exhale down. Push straight back up into a plank and then back to a downward facing dog. Great work, everybody. Awesome. Maybe take a smile, take a sip of water, whatever you need to do. On your next inhale, left foot comes up and back. And exhale, bring it all the way forward. Dropping that right knee, untucking your toes. Inhale that left arm up. So from here, big inhale to prepare. Exhale, bring that hand back behind you, all the way down. Inhale it up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward and up. 3 more of these at your own pace. On your next big inhale, bring it all the way back. And if you can, lifting that right foot up, grabbing the outside edge. Once again, if this is too much, ease off and you can just keep it like this. Try to keep your arm up. Or if you just need to keep that right foot on the ground, do you. Pretend you're in a park, you can do anything. Apparently. According to me, it's yoga law, I think. We'll be here for about 4 more breaths. Gently on your exhale, let go of that right foot, plant it on the ground, tucked. Clench your left hand, step back to a plank. Big inhale. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Untuck your toes. Push up for a little cobra. Or if you'd want to push up a little bit more and you need a little bit more of a back bend, you can straighten those arms, whatever feels nice. Big inhale. Exhale, come down. Tuck your toes. Inhale, come straight up. And then back to a downward facing dog. Way to go. That was amazing. You're amazing. Big smile. Inhale your right foot up and back. Exhale. Step it in between your hands. This time, yeah, go ahead and drop your, I don't know what I was doing. Drop your left leg. Inhale, both arms up. So maybe readjusting here, trying to make sure that your front foot, your right foot, or your right leg, your ankle is right underneath your knee. And then inhale, both arms up, settling in. Big inhale here. Exhale, cactus your arms. Woo. Maybe a wobble. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale. Plant your left hand. So a couple options here. You can start off just by laying, here, I'm gonna flip around real quick. Laying on your left side and just getting nice and straight. We're gonna come into a side plank. And so your left arm is going to be nice and flat, palms facing down. And if this is as much as you can go for on your side plank, that's fine. Otherwise, you're going to lift off that bottom foot. Right foot is stacked. Right arm comes up. From here, take a big inhale. Exhale. Bring that right hand and just tuck it under your left arm, keeping that posture. Inhale up. Exhale, feed it through. Stay lifted. Inhale up. Exhale, feed it through. Inhale up. And exhale. Come back to a low plank. Good job. A few breaths here. Trying to maintain that nice posture. Big inhale. Exhale, come all the way down. Untuck your toes, nice flat hands. Push up to either a cobra, maybe an up dog, or if you're like me, I just need a little work on my lower back. So I'm gonna just straighten my arms. Exhale, come down. Tuck your toes, inhale, straight up and back. So, other side now. Inhale, back. Exhale it down. Drop your back foot. Inhale, both arms up. You can either have your toes tucked or untucked in the back. Remember to keep that nice line of energy. Left knee stacked right on top of your left ankle. Big inhale. Exhale. Try to touch your elbows behind your back. Shoulders are away from your ears. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale one more time. Exhale. Plant your hands. And then if you want to roll over to your right hand, I'm just going to flop around a little bit. That's fine. Flopping's fun. So once again, you can stay nice and straight like this if you need to. Right palm is down. Otherwise, come up to a nice side plank. Left arm comes up. Big inhale to prepare. Exhale. Feed that left hand under. Staying up. Inhale. Bring that left arm up. Exhale. Feed it through. Inhale. Bring it up. One more. Exhale. Bring it through. Inhale. Bring it up. And then exhale. Coming over to a nice low plank for 2 breaths. Big inhale. Exhale. Bring your knees up nice and wide. Come back to a child's pose. And a few breaths here. Maybe you're like me and you're sweating. A little out of breath. That's great. Means it's working. Well, hopefully that's the reason why you're out of breath. Maybe the oxygen levels in your house are low. I don't know. 3 more breaths here. On an inhale, push up into your hands and back to a downward facing dog. And if you need to, grab some water, wiggle it out, whatever you might need to do. Otherwise, inhale, right foot up and back. Exhale, bring it all the way through. And then just come on over to your left for a nice wide-legged stance here. So toes are going to be pointed slightly outward, maybe at like a 45-degree angle, and then play around with how far your feet are from each other. If you want a little more of a challenge, they're a little further apart. Bring them in if this is a little too much. So inhale, straighten your legs, arms come up, star pose. Exhale, hands to prayer, coming down to goddess pose. And then maybe take a few movements here, left and right, whatever feels good. Nice fluid movements. Big inhale. Exhale, coming over to your left side. Right toes come up for a nice spider lunge to the left. And if this is too much, you can't come down, maybe your toes are up, that's fine. Whatever you need to do, maybe your foot is just a little further in, it's not quite straight. Just feel your own body and where you're at in your practice and kind of go from there. So if you need some help, you can push up here. If you want to challenge yourself, maybe you just push off that left foot, coming back into a goddess pose and a little bit of movement. The lower you get, the more you'll feel it. Hopefully it feels good. Big inhale. A little stillness. Exhale over to the right. Left toes come up. Spiral lunge on the other side. If you want a little bit more, you can try for a bind. Whoop. A little bit beyond what I want to do right now, but that's okay. Try to challenge yourself, like I said. And don't worry about person's shape next to you. You are your own. Celebrate it. You're amazing the way you are. Plus, you're on your mat breathing and getting bendy. So we're going to do that one more time. So once again, if you use your hands and push up a little bit, otherwise push off of that right leg, come back into goddess pose. Hands are still at prayer. Move it around. Big inhale. And exhale back over to the left. This is one of my favorite poses. I always feel like I should have landed this way in a preparation for some kind of ninja movement. Seems fitting. One more big inhale. And exhale. On an inhale, coming back up. Just a little bit of movement here. Big inhale. And exhale, coming back over to the right. Take about 3 breaths here. Feel your inner ninja. Big inhale. And exhale. On an inhale, push back up. No movement this time, come straight up. This time, move your toes, pointing inward just a little bit, wiggling it out. Hands are on your hips, and then just wide-legged forward fold here. Coming down to whatever feels good. Maybe you move your toes in, maybe you move them out. Maybe you can even take an inversion if it's within your practice here. Otherwise, just feeling a nice stretch down the backs of your leg in this wide-legged forward fold. On an inhale, come halfway up. On an exhale, plant your right hand, and then, no, never mind. I'm not going to do that. Inhale, come all the way up. And then maybe move both feet together, coming to the front, facing the front of your mat. Inhale, both arms come up. And exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway up. Plant your hands, flow through a vinyasa as you please. I like to take a few extra push-ups. You don't have to. Before I go into my upward facing dog and back to a downward dog. On your next inhale, walk your feet up behind your hands, drop your butt, have a nice seat. Both feet come out in front of you, nice straight toes towards the sky. Inhale, both arms come up, interlace your fingers. And then exhale, folding forward here. Maybe just coming to your shins. Maybe you can grab your big toes with your 2 peace fingers, or maybe you can grab your feet and gently move your forehead closer to your toes as best you can. Trying to remember to focus on your breath here. Sometimes if you're folded over like this, you know, it's gonna pinch your lungs a bit, but still try to focus on those nice big inhales. Your body will love you for it, and you'll love your body for it. How about that? That's nice. We'll take about 5 breaths here. Maybe on your inhales you come up out of your fold a little bit just to straighten your back, shoulders away from your ears, and then fold down a little bit more. Big belly inhales through your chest up to your throat. And full exhales, belly button to spine. 2 more of those. On your last exhale, gently release your hands, and then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, just come to a nice straight spine. So, switch your feet around, coming back into a downward facing dog here. Get all your wiggles out. Inhale that right foot up. Exhale into pigeon. Right knee to right wrist, right ankle to left wrist. Left foot is nice and straight, pointed back. And then for an inhale, just a little back bend to check in. Make sure you're nice aligned. Make sure your hips are pointed toward the front of your mat, and you're trying to sit as evenly as you can, so you're not just like sprawled over to one side or the other. Nice, even, straight spine. And then on an exhale, coming forward, maybe just to your forearms, maybe your head comes all the way down to your mat and your arms come out in front of you. We'll be here for about 5 breaths. From your fully melted, your hands back in, tucking your left toes. Inhale that right foot all the way back up. Bend at the knee and then just wiggle the knee around. Move it in circles, one way and then the other. And then exhale. Right foot meets your left. Right, inhale, left foot comes up and back. Exhale, knee to wrist on the left, ankle to wrist on the right. Nice straight back leg. Checking in once again to make sure your hips are nice and even towards the front of your mat. Maybe taking a slight back bend. If you're outside, feel the nice sun. And then exhale, coming forward. Hands maybe to your forearms, or maybe all the way down to your forehead. It'd be weird to have 4 arms and 4 heads. You'd think like 8 arms, right? With 4 heads. That would make more sense. Checking in to see if you are holding any tension anywhere, and if you are, smile it out, breathe into it, accept it, and then just try to move your breath to release it. For about 4 more breaths. Once again, from your melty spot that you might be in, pushing up into your hands, tuck your right toes, inhale that left foot all the way up, bending at the knee and circling in a few different directions here. You don't even have to circle, you can just gently flail. I think that's the thing. Planting your feet, inhaling both feet up behind the hands, drop butt, coming into Shavasana, final resting pose. If there's anything else that you would like to do, have our Shavasana, now is the time. Otherwise, checking in to make sure you're not, you don't have any one area of your body that has more pressure on it. So even through the feet, toes are out to the side. Maybe checking in with the shoulders to make sure that they're not up off the ground, they're nice and relaxed. And then just take a few moments here to feel good about yourself and the time that you spent on your mat today. It's no small feat to care about your body, to care about yourself, because the more you can care for yourself, the more that you can care for other people, in my opinion. It's really hard to help whenever you need help sometimes. And so helping yourself and allowing for this time and this space for yourself is so important. I'm so happy that you could do it today. Trying to say you're awesome. You did great. I don't care. I'm saying it. I'm in the park. Bringing your mind to your breath here, trying to make sure you're taking the biggest inhales that you can and equally long exhales, cinching it in, belly button to spine, and try to create just that gentle rhythm of breath, as if the tops of the trees were rustling in the forest, or maybe the waves crashing at the beach. Before you leave your Shavasana today, I challenge you to give yourself some compliments. Maybe even just one. No, 3. At least 3 compliments. Tell yourself what's great about yourself. And you all have great in you. You can't say that you don't. So don't be one of those people who are like, I'm blah blah blah. No. You're amazing. And you're amazing in so many ways. So I challenge you, before you leave your Shavasana today, think of 3 things that you love about yourself and take them with you for the rest of the day. If you feel like staying in Shavasana, please feel free. Otherwise, roll over to one side and push up to a nice comfortable seat. Thank you all for such a wonderful time in class today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it was worthwhile. And I can't wait to see you back on the mat super soon. Thanks everybody. Have a great day. Go and enjoy a park. Look, it's a park. Yeah.